Hello, hello. I will soon see if it's working when I hear myself on my laptop, which I do. Cool. All right. Welcome to yet another tiny house design live stream. So, if this is your first time joining us, we're gonna use SketchUp and make a tiny house, and you guys are gonna tell us what to make, and we're just gonna play around with it, just kind of go through it quick and just kind of end up with something within about an hour. It's the planned duration of the stream, and yeah, by the end of that we'll have some semblance of a home created. So the first question is, how long of a house should we make? So we've got pre-made trailer models from Iron Eagle trailers, between 12 feet and 28 feet in 2-foot increments. So between 12 and 28, what should we start with? You guys tell us, and I will load it up and get it started. Don't be shy in the
40-foot
comment section. Yeah, 40 foot. That is like a semi. So I'm just opening up my Iron Eagle folder here. I'm ready to rock. You guys, this is an interactive stream, so you guys have to tell us what length we're gonna work with.
What? Did someone just...
Is that?
Super...
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Wow. Thanks.
Wow. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Joe. You can tell us whatever you want us to make, and we'll make it with that. That's amazing.
Oh, that mess... Sorry, I've never done this before. Do I have to click something? Oh, show?
I think it's Artesian Josh's?
No, it's Joe Boyette.
No, the one that's held.
Oh.
Click show. Did it show?
I'm showing.
Here we go.
Haha.
Yeah, Josh is there. He's I think he's trying to wow, yeah, thanks again, Joe. That's unbelievable. It's amazing. I think you may have been the first one to use the super chat on one of our streams. That is,
I've never even seen it before.
yeah, that is awesome. But yeah, so thanks again. And I see our teacher. So I'm looking at my laptop just so you know what I'm doing over here, because that's where I can see the chat. Josh is saying let's do one like 12 foot by 5 foot. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the length of the little red. Is it? We've got prefabs for the width is going to be 8.5 feet, just because that's the models that we've got prefabbed. So I think we want to stick to one on a trailer, just because that's like the simplest thing to get started. We got a 12 by 12 by 12 cube.
Someone had suggested a 28 foot because last time we did a smaller one.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's get going with that. So I'm gonna do this one. So I'm just gonna get it started here. Don't forget the Ben's outside, hey Kiva.
Yeah.
Benjamin. It's been raining so hard today. It's all windy and crazy, so Benjamin's been hanging out with me inside all day, getting really bored. But we took him out for lunch and he sampled some pizza. Benjamin's our big golden dog, if anyone's wondering what the heck I'm talking about. I'm just getting the model loaded up here.
So should we just do the standard kind of 2x6 flooring, or any for the floor?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a couple different options just to get started. We've, again, to keep the flow going and get something semi complete within an hour, we try to figure out what the simplest like questions to ask are. So like, is this going to be for a cold climate or a warmer climate? So just A or B, warm or cold, and then we'll build up the floor. And so I should say that for a warmer climate, we're going to obviously like make the floor and the walls thicker, so you'll end up with slightly less space inside. However, with the 28 foot, it's not really make a difference. So it's more just like if you want to see one or the other, let us know in the chat. And I'm going to switch over. Fancy transition here. Woo! So now you can see my screen, and I got a model of the trailer loaded up here.
So we've got suggestions across the board. We've got mid-range climate, Arizona, Virginia, cold climate.
All right. Well, let's see. Either the first one or the one that you like the most, Kiva.
Okay, the first suggestion was a mid-range climate.
Mid-range.
So we could do 2x6.
Okay. Sure. So I'm just going to simplify the background here. Cool. Okay, so I will draw out the floor here. So this is going to represent, this is just going to visually represent the floor cavity there, and then I'll drop subfloor down on top of that. Like so. And we're going to do a 3/4 inch subfloor. Drop some plywood down on there. And so do we want to go with 2x4? I mean, in a mid-range climate, we could do 2x4 or 2x6 wall framing. So
2x4.
2x4, okay.
We've had a couple suggestions on the design already.
Okay.
One person has suggested put the kitchen and the bath in front, and she means over close to the hitch.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. We should establish that right now. When we say front, we're talking at the tongue of the trailer over here. Okay. So I will lay down some walls here real quick. So coming off the edge with the 2x4 wall, I'm going to go with 4 inches, which will also take into account the finished interior paneling. I'll say it's a 1/2 inch, and then we'll just say that like the sheathing would be on the outside of that edge. Group that. This is a pretty big one. It's a lot different than what we made last time, that's for sure. Get stuck in the floor there.
So there's another suggestion to have no loft in this one.
Okay. Could do a downstairs bedroom. What we talked about after last stream was to keep things simple, just doing this kind of box out method, and then just put, like, obviously the focus is on what's in the house, so and we don't have time to do the whole exterior and make it look fancy or anything. So Benjamin's, yeah. This is like, there's 50% of the streams have been interrupted by Benjamin barking away outside because he becomes a guard dog after dark. Here he is, the big entrance. He's getting his paws dried off. So we we'll do a box out like this, and then just start focusing on the interior, placing, you know, high level things like kitchen, bathroom, such and such, and then we can work a bit on specifically the positioning of things like the countertops and the sinks. There's Benjamin. There he is. The beast of the tiny nest. This is pretty much a giant dog house, not a small human house. And so rather than worrying about the roof and the loft and stuff, we can just drop stuff in there, and if we're trying to build up on top, we can then just check if we're gonna exceed the height restriction. So yeah, we can just basically like plow right ahead from here. I'm going to cheat here a bit and just copy this for a floor. For the actual flooring, that is. Call it a 1/2 inch, so we'll go down another 1/4, and I'll just use this crummy texture I've been using the whole time. Like,
why are the walls so low? We want a house for big people, not like a house for ants.
Is this, so someone's referencing Zoolander?
Yeah.
Nice. Well played. Well played. Okay. You know what I could do, though? See, I'm already getting distracted. No, I won't do it. Okay, so kitchen in the front. Kitchen and bathroom in the front was the suggestion?
Yeah.
Okay, so either the same person who suggested that or anyone else can jump in. We'll kind of go first come, first serve for the most part.
Yeah. We've had a lot of suggestions.
Do we want to do an L-shaped kitchen? Do we want to do it like, you know, it's funny, I'm like gesturing with my hands, but I can just gesture in here. So, you know, we could do something like along the wall. If I can click here. Oh, you know what I need to do? Okay, give me a sec here. I need to actually resize this or I'm going to run into trouble. But yeah, I was going to ask, the main question I was going to ask was, where is the door going to be? Because that will dictate against what wall the kitchen can go and so on. So I'd like you guys to think about that and let us know in the chat.
So side door.
Side door. Okay, up at the front, or we want to put it in the middle somewhere so it's not interfering with what we're doing in the front.
Passenger side.
Okay. So
front right side door.
Front right side, it's over here.
Someone's suggesting do a double door or a garage door. So we could do
Okay.
like a larger door.
A double door would be pretty epic. We want to go as far. We can move it obviously, but we want to start with as far forward as we can go. Let's just do that.
Sure.
So I'll go back.
They're suggesting a garage door.
A garage door on the side, like as the main. But let's just start with a main front entrance door that you'd like walk through, because obviously you're not going to come home and like this huge like thing every time, right? I'll go back 3 feet, and because we can move this. So let's go with 60 inches and like 80. This is really rough. It's more just to like get a sense of where the door is than anything else. Okay. So we're like that, and I can pull this up. I'll pull these up to the same height, so we're a little bit more. Actually, no, I'll leave it like that for now, so we can look at it from this side. So, just gonna get. Just visually, that looks more legit. Okay, so if we had it like this, I'm kind of, I can tell now after doing a couple of these, I'm a fan of like corner kitchens. So my instinct is to draw that, but just as an example, it's like you know, could do something like this. And this is like ultra rough, not properly dimensioned or whatever, something like that. But what were you imagining there for? You said bathroom and kitchen in the front. Are you thinking like the bathroom would be like against the front wall here, or yeah? So like how do we want to divide this up? Do kind of like a kitchen against the wall opposite the front door, and then tuck a kitchen here, maybe move the door over a bit so when you come in you can make an immediate right into the bathroom, and then have the kitchen across from you, or you could have the kitchen to the left. And what are you getting for feedback in the chat?
People are just asking what kind of beer we drink.
Should I bust one out? I like strong tall cans. I'm not much of a connoisseur of like microbrews or anything. Kiva likes sour beer, which is like repulsive to me.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's good. People drink. It's popular.
People, I'm not sure what people you're referring to.
Okay. So someone else is saying we should move the door closer to the wheels.
Okay. And then as a result, and what are we going to achieve by doing that?
Bathroom not by the entrance.
Okay.
So
So I can move this over however we want, like comes with sound effects. So I could go, well, let's do it like close to this, so we'll go 6 inches off there.
people are saying you shouldn't poop where you eat.
Yes.
Josh said that.
This is true. See, I shouldn't do these little details because then I can't leave them. I need to adjust everything.
So Josh is saying the bathroom should be at the back, and someone else is saying that the bathroom should be close to the kitchen because it will minimize the plumbing.
These are good. These are both valid points. Well, let's quickly touch on where the bedroom is going to be. Are we going to stick with no loft? Because if so, we want to put a bedroom. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to go in the back, like back here. And how big of a bed? So here's an easy question. Wherever the bedroom ends up, what size of bed do we want in here? King, queen, single, double, single, twin. I don't know. I'm not sure which order the rest of those go in. It's like king and queen are so obvious.
So we got king, queen.
What was the first?
King.
Someone said king? Okay, let's just put it in there. Some of these are so elaborate. Grab this one. Actually, you know, I found a better queen. I'll just resize a queen. Last time I found a good one. Does mattress have 2 T's in it? I can't spell, by the way. I've used this before. I'll use this. This looks fine. And I'm just going to do a quick Google search on how big a king is. 76 by 80. So what I'll do is I'll tuck this against here. Use 76.
Will it fit sideways?
Well, we will see, won't we? By 80. Is that 80? Okay, so that's a king. Yeah, it'll fit sideways, like rotated like this.
Yep, someone was asking that.
Yeah. So it is pretty enormous to fit like that. Like you pretty much walk in and just like jump on it, which is fine.
Maybe the bathroom, like a split bathroom.
Copy us.
Yeah.
Well, I think the original, one of the original suggestions was to put the bathroom at the front, so we can do that. Okay. So, right, I think an important question that we brought up last stream was, right now we're talking about the essentials. Obviously, if it's like a full-time living home, you need a kitchen, you need a sleeping space, you need a bathroom, and then some kind of like recreational or like multi-purpose or just general space. So the person or people who are going to live in this house, what do they do either for work or for hobby? Like what is the remaining space after you fit in the important stuff? What do they do with that space? So this could be whatever you do or something you want to see us try to fit in. Let us know what we do with the rest of the space, because that'll also help kind of like balance each space with each other, knowing what we're going to do with the rest of it. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and work on putting a bathroom in the back here,
Sure.
as was the original suggestion. So let's put a shower. This one. Sneak a shower in there. So this is currently 2'9". Oh, 2 foot, yeah. Which is 33. So yeah, I think this is like a 32 by 32. I should just punch that in. Yeah. I can shrink it. So let's say this is a 32 by 32 shower. Tuck that in the corner. So what do you guys think of this? I almost don't want to say it, but with a space this big, we could try to put in a tub, but what do you guys think in the chat of this?
Suggested a mini tub.
Yeah. Well, what do we want to do for the layout here? So I'll add that in, but either here. Okay, let me. spell trough?
I think yeah.
Is it not like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yes. Oh, that is huge. That is way too big. Why did I
What's happening?
why did I bring this upon myself? I should have just kept my big mouth shut.
Did you take out the kitchen? I was like looking
Yeah, I
at it,
did.
wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to move it out of the way so that I could poke around in the bathroom a bit more here. I'm not actually sure how big this is. I'm just looking at, you know, I'm just gonna cram this into the shower to represent that it could go. So I'm just saying, like, how big do you want, like a huge bathroom here? Do you want to allocate a lot of space to the bathroom and have like a tub and like a toilet and a full sink and all that? Or do we want to
Yeah, someone's saying put the toilet across from the shower.
like on this side, yeah, over here? Mm-hmm. Okay. And what kind of toilet do we want? Composting or flush? Oh, whoops. Composting underscore toilet. Well, let's put the nature's head in here. Is it not in here? Oh. There we go. I hate this model. I've downloaded this so many. It's so huge. It's like slowing down my computer. Oh god, please don't crash. Let's give it a time. Okay, there we go. Let's get this into position. So, do we want it oriented like this? And then just put it as far as we can against this wall and just leave enough room for your left elbow? So, in the chat, against this wall or against the front wall, which is opposite to this where we're looking in the model right now?
Against the back wall parallel to trough.
Okay.
And then someone else is saying, wondering if a little sink will fit on the wall between the toilet and the shower.
That's what I was seeing too.
Okay. You wanna try that?
Let's just see, yeah.
A little IKEA sink or something?
Yeah, I wonder if that one is still on here. Oh yeah. Oh wait, I think I saw a better one. This one. Or here's, that's the sink we have, actually. Oh, here's a little sink too. I like the one that's got the built-in cabinet though. This is really simple. I like this just because it's simple. Let's do this. Simple model. Is it the scale? Okay, good. Thought it was going to be like 20 feet tall or something. What did we import that was like way too big? It was like a chair or something?
It was a sofa, or like a...
Oh, right.
A futon
and it was like bigger than the house?
Yeah. What? Joe just donated another $50.
What? It's like throwing the bling around there.
That's crazy. Thank you so much.
That's amazing. Thank you. That is outrageous. Your previous one is still showing. It's like, because that's how the chat works, is like the bigger it is, the longer it stays up there. And so that's like such an enormous amount that it's your previous one is still showing. Man, thanks so much. That's unbelievable. That's awesome. So what do you want to do in this bathroom? tell us what's up. So I'm going ahead with trying to fit the sink in here, and it's a bit tight in this orientation. So actually, you know, what I'm seeing happening here is this. Gonna move this over. Like this. And then maybe we could even have like a oh man, this is all junk. Oh, this kind of thing.
Tiny
That's not what I want though.
Suggesting we put a window above the toilet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll put that in a sec. Here we go. I'm looking for some just really basic shelving. It's tiny. This is super small. I'm thinking about doing like this though, and then going.
Are you putting in like a cabinet?
I'm starting to make a couple executive decisions here in the bathroom, and I'm gonna just try to scale this up like a lot. Go like this. Oh, that looks really weird, but I'm just trying to make it so that you have shoulder room on either side if you're on the throne there, and then also the sink isn't like tight into the corner, because then you can't really access. It'd be hard to get into the cupboard doors there. And then I guess like I don't know how big this trough is. I think I just like was freehand scaling it, so yeah, it's over 4 feet, so let's scale it down to 4 feet. And then that's fairly equivalent to that, and then we can put in a little wall here. Let's put it right at 4 feet. Let's do that. And it will be 4.5 inches. And then obviously the door will go in the middle of that. And we're gonna do 20. Let's do a 28-inch and like 6'4". Yeah. Oops.
Joe just gave us another $5.
Is that like how well we're doing with the bathroom? It's not as good for the bathroom. That's awesome. Just killing it with the super chat. This is like a really good start to the super chat for us, just so you know. It's amazing. What do you guys think?
That looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I've been just kind of going. What are people thinking about this in the chat? What do you guys think of this? I mean, obviously you'd need. It's a little tight here. Oh, we talked about putting a window here.
Yeah, everyone is liking how it looks. A window there.
Yeah. It's good. And then like a mirror.
Like a medicine cabinet or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I feel like people are gonna make fun of me because my spelling is so bad. If I try to search something and can't spell it.
I have lots of typos in the chat.
Okay, good, good. Here we go. Bathroom medicine cabinet. Sure. So indecisive when picking stuff off the, oh god, the 3D warehouse. Oh, that's really small for some reason. Whatever. Let's just pretend that that's good. Okay, so that's like, I think it's pretty cool. So that's like a full bathroom because, you know, last stream we had like no bathroom because we did like a 14-foot or something.
Yeah.
That was super small.
I'm gonna let the kitty in.
Oh, she hit the window?
5:25 p.m. donated $5.
Wicked.
Super chatted, I don't know what to say.
Super chatted. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so there's the bathroom. Do we want to put a kitchen? Do we want to make the entranceway? I've got actually a bit of an idea here. What do you guys think about having 2 double doors? This is actually a real design that I was helping someone with recently, where they had 2. Here, I'll just show you.
Someone had suggested
Rather than talking.
putting in a raised floor. In the, I think they said they'll be.
And then put the bed on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo money. Is that like a Wayans Brothers reference? What?
Someone's gonna send $25 if Jake takes off his clothes.
Oh god. It's digressed. It's digressed.
Okay, I'm going to
Oh no, what have I done here?
find that comment about the raised floor. Okay, a raised floor in the middle living area for electrical, plumbing, etc. Like Dan has in Tiniest Customers.
Yeah, no, I like that.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
We haven't done that yet either.
Yeah. I just wanted to show the viewers this as an option. Like, if you were gonna be in a location that was really like outdoorsy, and you could make like some big decks out like this. Oh god. Like 2 decks. And have like 2 double doors, and so like you can have them. I know we said it was like a moderate climate, but you know, say in the summer, it's got fairly long good summer seasons. You could have like, you know, a lot of stuff set out outside, and then you could open the doors and have this like kind of wide open concept thing where you can walk through. So votes in the chat, yay or nay. You know, it's a big allocation. Like, obviously this becomes kind of a walkway. You can have chairs, maybe, you know, in the corners, little seating. Actually, that might be cool to put like 2 seats, one here and one here.
I like that idea.
We're gonna go ahead with this.
Yeah.
Just be aware that it might get a little bit hairy with fitting the kitchen in, but I do like the raised floor because we're talking about minimizing, or rather having the bedroom not in a loft. So I'm almost thinking this should go back this way. Can you guys hear the cat on the stream? I know, it's like animal time up in this hizzy. Okay, so how high should we raise this? And we'll probably need steps to get up to it. And what about doing like a split kitchen? split kitchen. Okay, here's a question. So the raised space is what's going to go under there is entirely utility.
Yes, that was a suggestion.
That was a suggestion. Because what we could do is, well, let me just show you.
Please show us, Jake.
Yes, I will show you. My brilliant idea here. This is actually probably not going to end up being a very good house, like functionally, but it's cool to play with these ideas. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Because we can do this in an hour and go, nope, rather than, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
drawing it out or spending money on something and then it not working out. So just totally mess around here. Whoops, did that work? Yes. So, oh, that's huge. It's a lot of space. Oh, because this is 28 feet. I keep forgetting how big this actually is.
Someone had a crazy suggestion. TTS
Doesn't surprise me.
Murphy bed mounted 3 feet high and a kitchen under it. No upper cabinets. Pull the bed down onto it at night.
Over the kitchen, but what if you need to get a snack in the middle of the night? That's what I want to know. We could try that. Let me just. I'd like to. We did a Murphy bed last time, and I'm kind of interested in seeing this like raised area through.
Okay.
I think I'd be into trying that next on our next stream, which will be probably this weekend on maybe Saturday.
I'm gonna go to Victoria.
Soon. It will be soon.
Monday?
Hopefully sooner than that. What about Friday? Sorry, we're like making plans like on our live stream. Possibly Friday. Possible stream on Friday. So let me just do something here. So I am looking at do this. How do I do this?
Joe donated another $5 and says, "Dude, SketchUp is your second language."
It is really good. Like a lot of it's become second nature after spending so many hours in it. But it didn't take long to pick it up. Like because we designed the tiny nest really early on. Like I had practically no experience with SketchUp, and went from like no experience with designing a house or the program to having a house that we built straight out of the model, and it worked great. So like SketchUp is awesome. I mean, obviously, like what we're doing here.
SketchUp Whisperer.
SketchUp Whisperer. It's too much pressure now. I feel like I'm not that good. Got 4 steps here. How do I want to do this? Be like what? That's way too much. Man, I am having a hard time deciding how to do this. How to divide this. I'm like on the spot trying to do math. It's not good. How deep does each step need to be? Let's make it 24. Well, it needs to be more than 8 inches. 24. 16, 8. No, see, that doesn't work. I need to add 8 inches to each of these. Like this. Okay, whatever. I'm just toying with this idea. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna work.
It's
Um,
kind of epic.
well, we definitely put walls and like a beaded curtain in
Couple
between.
lava lamps.
Couple lava lamps. Numerous lava lamps would be required to make this design work, clearly. So, oh yeah, because we're real tight to that bed.
Similar into how this is starting to look, how it's like different, you know.
Yeah, and we've never seen it before. There might be a reason we've never seen it before, this design. But let's put in a sink. See, the only problem that's arising here is like these stairs are interfering with your access to the kitchen cabinetry. But maybe, oh, you know, actually, try to like twist this around to our benefit, and say like we could put like tall storage here, and you actually have to take a few steps up to like reach it.
Oh,
So
that's a good
you
idea.
can store higher. So instead of the steps being like interfering with what you're doing, they have like a second function. So that could work. Caps lock. Oh, let's use one of these ones. Or no. No, I want this one. Apron sink. Look at that. That is huge.
Just like our sink.
Our sink is perfectly reasonable. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, sink and 4-burner stove on that wall.
And 4-burner stove. I was thinking about.
Tiny House Life is suggesting.
What do you guys? What do you think about? I was gonna put the sink and the cooktop opposite, on opposite sides of the alleyway or whatever we want to call this. I'm thinking about prep. Like, it's funny because I have not been like cooking because I've been because the kitchen isn't finished here. Kiva's been doing all the cooking in the main house, and I'll be doing a lot of cooking to make up for it once we get the tiny house finished. But my thought is like when you're doing prep, like you want to wash like vegetables or whatever in the sink and then move them immediately to a prep cutting area, right? Otherwise, like if we put, so what I'm thinking relative to this is if you put the prep station on the opposite side from the sink, you'd be like washing stuff and then having like dripping stuff turning around, and it would be dripping on the floor. Is that like a reasonable thought? So
someone else suggested putting a mini fridge on top of the counter.
Oh, like where the stairs are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So my thought, okay, here, let me show you what I'm thinking here, which is sink here, prep area here with a flip up thing here. Just put some texture onto this. Oh, Benjamin is being a bit of a beast. Can you guys hear his beast mouth in the chat, or in the, yeah? Can you guys hear Ben? Anyway, so like I'm thinking about putting like a fold out thing like this. So
you're getting some compliments on your SketchUp. Joe's saying that you should be making big bucks as an architect. And someone else suggested that over the sink chopping block adds to prep area and helps get rid of the dripping problem.
this is true. I'd like to hear, does anyone in the chat have a cutting board that fits over your sink? Because I see that a lot as a space increasing solution, but my instinct is that it would be kind of annoying to move in and out of place. So like, does anyone have any like firsthand experience with that? I'd love to hear what your experience has been.
Would you like to go outside? You can't be barking though.
Benjamin's actually like a really good dog, but he like kind of is bad on streams, so he's given himself a bad rap. Yeah.
I don't think so. Just good all the time.
Okay, and then we're gonna do. Oh, we need to do the fridge. All the animals are harassing us right now. Okay, let's put this in. Oh, this is hideous. Oh, it's backwards. I like this idea though, because it kind of fixes one of my mistakes, which is to put to use that space more wisely. And they could also put like shelving above. Is there like just generic shelving? Like the most generic. It's all fancy stuff. No. I want like enclosed shelving. Okay, this is like open shelving, but it's just, again, for the sake of like, oh my god. Just get something in there. Oh, this is enormous too. It says, I don't think this is to scale. Oh no, yeah, it might be. It's just like big. Something you put in like in a garage or something. And like, obviously I don't want these little nubblies. Oh, what the heck happened there? Oh, whatever. Whoops. I don't know what goes on in the 3D warehouse sometimes. But it is awesome for whipping together stuff like this. So this looks awful, but just imagine a different type of shelving. But just to represent that, like, as you go up the steps, you can access like higher and higher shelving. Like we can start increasing the height of these walls too because they're not high enough. Okay, I'm just gonna whip in a couple more things here, like a cooktop. I've used this one before. I should just have my own little database of stuff. I just save it from the 3D warehouse and oops, go this way.
So someone is suggesting that on the other side we add a washer-dryer combo.
On the other side, oh, like over here,
Yeah.
like in place of those shelving. Oh yeah. And you know, you could even put a taller fridge, like That might be a little bit annoying. Yeah. Okay. Like, there's this kind of thing. I don't know though. Be more. Are you guys thinking like side loading? Like both units are side loading, or are you thinking of a single like one chamber washer dryer where it does like both the washing and the drying in one unit? Because we can do that too, and that would take up a lot less space. Because in this one, I guess if it was like this, you'd be like up on those steps, like putting the stuff in the dryer. Let's do this.
Right.
So it's a little big, but just let's just say you could get your hands on one that was smaller. I'm just going to delete this bottom. Thing like this.
Can you get like a single combo? Like, I remember seeing those, that it was a washer and a dryer in one thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah. That's pretty good. I mean, there's quite a bit of kitchen space here, especially with these flip up, like, you know, I mean, you could go crazy and put like another one over here. I don't know how annoying that would be, like interfering with the door. Now, there's like in the bedroom, you could put like kind of some kind of closet where it's like hanging around. Stuff hangs around there, but right now there's no clothes storage, so I'm wondering. There's also no living room in here,
I guess that bed is
which is what I
big.
brought up when we were talking about that. I mean, you could put a TV like in the bedroom, and just like just chill on the bed. Like, you know, I think people have different like routines, you know, like I think some people like to just chill on their bed.
Yeah.
So if you were a person that you know, maybe you like, so I'm just trying to think of a scenario like specific to this design that we've got so far. So like you could be someone who likes to entertain in the summer with barbecues and have people around, like, and be outside, so you have this open concept. You can come in and out and for cooking or whatever, and you know, you have tables and prep stuff outside too on the porches, and then you hibernate in the winter and you basically just like chill in your bed. You have a laptop or like a TV mounted to the wall in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And you don't really need this space, because I was just thinking for these two little squares. I mean, one, we move the doors over up tight to the to this bathroom wall, or
you could take out a door and put in a couch.
yes, so that was the trade-off. Like I sort of brought that up when I first put in the doors. I was like, you know, this is cool, but you definitely sacrifice an entire wall, and then the whole space in between becomes less usable. Like removing this door, and then say shrinking this door to a regular size, and just completely eliminating that open concept, would mean you could you know, get rid of these extension things, maybe just like widen this piece a bit, then put the rest of the space in a couch, and then because you have more wall space here, you could put a TV there, and then you'd have like a seating area with a TV across from it. So that would create like a full living room, TV room element to this space. So I think we're gonna wrap up pretty quick here, so I'm not gonna go ahead and like do that whole change, but that's an option, and so like could probably do that in like 10 minutes or so, like whip that all up and see what that looks like, see how that feels. And then additionally, I just wanted to touch on the fact that with this raised bed, my plan there was to cut in like an access hatch like this, and then maybe have a like a utility box back here, and then you could crawl in underneath, and then this could be where all your stuff is. So then you'd run plumbing under to the sink, and like propane over to the cooktop if it was propane. The only thing about this design, of course, then is like you need plumbing all the way over here, which we don't have. So then again, if the whole thing is going to be one story, then you could go like Dan from Tiny House Customs. Like I think his whole floor is raised. So, or he's got the bedroom is under on one end like this with like quite a bit of space, and the whole bedroom is under there, and then the rest of the house has less space but still fully accessible to crawl through it. And then he's got all of his plumbing and everything that runs the length of the house, and then of course you could run it underneath and poke up over into the bathroom as needed. So yeah, that's an option for this. Yeah, cool. I think this is pretty awesome. Never seen one like this. It's cool how it just evolves. People just like, you guys just help us shout out a couple things, and some crazy thing just gets created. I just wanted to, I'm going to try to like generate a little bit of hype here as well. Just loosely say that we're working on a virtual reality tool where you just using your phone, I think I have one here, you can get these like viewers like this, and you just put your phone in it, and we're working on like a web-based thing. We've got a prototype and it works already, where I can generate like an environment out of this 3D model at whatever height. Like I can change the height too, so it's like whatever your height is, I can set that height, export an environment, and then you can look at it and you're basically standing in this. So we're really excited about this because it's like, say you're just playing around with a design like this and you're trying to make a decision, you're like, well, I don't know if this is going to feel like cramped, or I don't know if I'm going to want more kitchen space. You can look at this and you can measure it all you want, but to actually like be in that space, feel like you're there, and actually look at how far away stuff is from you, I think is going to be a really powerful, like even like SketchUp was already super powerful for doing this, as you can see, but having a virtual reality element to it is going to be awesome. So keep an eye out for that. Like we're going to start making that public on our website pretty soon, and we might be integrating that into these streams. Like I might generate virtual reality views of the things that we make together, and then you guys can step inside this and actually stand in there. So get on the hype train. Keep an eye out for that.
Also, if anyone is in Texas and is planning on going to the Tiny House Jamboree, Jake and I are going to be there. So
yeah, I'm assuming you guys can hear Kiva fine this whole time. Quieter, obviously, but yeah, Tiny House Jamboree, Arlington, Texas, the 27th through 29th. Yeah, so we're going there, and we're doing. You guys are actually kind of helping us out. Like these streams are super awesome. Like we found that they're super awesome. We actually started to do them with the intention of like getting to help us prepare for the Jamboree, because we're going to do one of these sessions live in front of people. So it's like a little bit more intense for us, because normally we just like hide in our little tiny house cave here. We're going to do a couple live presentations where we have a live audience giving the feedback, just as you have been, to make a tiny house on the spot. And we're hoping to do to be able to generate it into virtual reality and have those people literally just walk up after the presentation's done and then stand inside the thing we've made. So that's what we're working on right now. A little inside scoop for you guys who are with us on the live stream. But I think we're going to wrap it up. This is super cool. I will, I don't know if we want to carry on with this at all or start a fresh one next time, probably, but I will make this file available. What we'll do is publish this live stream to our main channel and like as a regular video, and as you know, YouTube videos, they have a description, so we're going to put a link to download this file that we've just created together in the description so you can download it. So I'll probably publish that like tomorrow or something. Once the video needs to process and stuff on YouTube before we can publish it. So I think that's that. I feel like I'm rambling now, so
thank you for
it's
tuning
probably
in.
time to call it. Thanks for joining us for another live stream from the Tiny Nest. Created a cool tiny house together. We'll hope you'll join us for the next one. In probably just a few days, keep an eye on social media for when we announce the time for that stream.
And thank you everyone for the donations.
Yeah, thanks. That was like phenomenal. Amazing start to any super chatting on any of our streams. So like, thanks so much. That was amazing.
Good night.
All right, we'll see you guys later.